Hi guys, so this is video number 5 in the chapter of linear programming. Earlier we studied how to graphically represent a linear inequation on a graph paper. Alright, so this included the inequality available to us. We'll draw a line on the graph paper and we'll decide whether to take the region above the line or below the line. This concept was extended a little bit. We had a set of linear inequations and we did graphical solution for this set, in which we had two or more inequalities. We plotted them on the same graph paper and we decided what is the region out of the 4 regions possible. It is also possible that this might be extended to ask 3 or more inequalities to you, and you'll have to draw all of them on the same graph paper and still go for the solution. Alright? Having done the graphical solution of a set of linear inequations, let's understand what is the feasible solution of a set of linear inequations. This will complete half of the chapter. Alright, so we have taken an example on the board, right? It is x plus y less than equal to 4 and 2x plus y is less than equal to 6, right? Now skipping the part where we draw the table of the coordinates, we find out the coordinates to plot this on the graph and then we draw the line. Then we make the arrows determining which side of the line is to be considered, and then we narrow down upon the region. Okay, so taking the help from the previous example, since this is both less than equal to, everything is positive here, I understand that my region will be the inner side only. Alright, that is below both of the lines. Let me mention the names of the lines here. This is the line which is represented by x plus y is equal to 4, and we have this is 2x plus y is equal to 6. Okay, so what I have done is drawn the lines. Like let me also put the arrows here. Okay, now what is meant by feasible solution? Essentially understand the difference between the graphical solution and the feasible solution. देखो graphical solution में आपको inequalities available थी, आपने graph पे डाल दिया, आपने region mark कर दिया. Now when you do a feasible solution, there will be an additional inequality that you have to consider. It is a default inequality which is also called as a non-negativity constraint. This constraint only tells us that x and y should not be less than 0. They should be ideally greater than or equal to 0. So when you add these inequalities to this current set and then you draw the graph of this, and when you obtain the solution, that solution is called the feasible solution. So the only thing that you have to do is you just have to restrict yourself to the coordinate axis. Basically your solution will be concentrated only in the first quadrant. That's all. So that's what I'm doing. I am taking off all of this which is in the other quadrants or below or to the left of the axis. So this is my 0. I have to put the points again. This is 3, 0 and this is 0, 4. Alright. So this is the region that I am talking about when I am talking about the feasible solution. Only restricted to the first quadrant. Alright. So that's how you obtain the feasible solution for the set of linear inequalities. Let's take one detailed example where we'll do the graph from scratch and we'll obtain the feasible solution for that particular example. So this is the example where I am asked to find the feasible solution of the given system of linear inequations. I've been given 1, 2 and 3 inequalities. I've taken a random example where you'll see a mix of greater than, less than signs. You'll also see a mix of 2 variable inequalities and 1 variable inequality, and then the condition that brings in the feasibility, which is x and y greater than equal to 0. So a bit of basics is already done. As you can see, we have 2x plus y is equal to 7. That is the first inequality converted into an equation. We have here x when put as 0, you get y as 7, and vice versa. If you put y as 0, you get x as 3.5, gives you the coordinates for this particular equation. The second equation is here, and the coordinates are calculated as follows. And the third one, where y is equal to 3, you have to assume values of x as per your own wish, and that will make the coordinates. Alright, plotting this on the graph paper, see 0, 7 is here and 3.5, 0 is here, which completes the first line. Then I have drawn the second line, which is 0, 5, that is 0, 5, and then there is 7.5, 0, that is the second line. And finally we have this horizontal line, which is represented, which is the representation of y equal to 3. Now here I want to stress on the fact that there are some basic things which are mandatory in a graph that you draw. Things like, I'll start with, first of all, 0, x-axis and y-axis. Okay, this is mandatory to mention. Second, you have to mention the scale. So it is 1 centimeter equal to 1 unit in most of the cases. In case you play around with the scale, you have big numbers and you might have to take like 10 units on the axis. Then you have to mention it accordingly on both the axis or one axis at a time. Second, okay, now the third thing that you do is you have to mark the points here. Right, continuous. You cannot say I require only 7.5 and 3.5, so that's the only thing I'm going to mark. You have to mark continuously all the numbers without skipping any number in between. Alright, fourth, you have to mark the points, the coordinates that you have found here. Alright, so you mark the coordinates and then you draw the line. Writing the coordinate is compulsory. And fifth, right, is to mention the name of the line on each line. This will make it easy for you to identify the region based upon the signs. Okay, so now after these 5 mandatory things, I am ready to start marking my region, and I know for a fact that I am finding feasible solution, and therefore I cannot go beyond the y-axis on the right, and I cannot go below the x-axis either. Alright, so whatever it is has to be in the first quadrant only. Alright, let's begin. This guy says greater than equal to 7. I am locating this line, it is this line. Choose a point 0, 0. Put it over here. You get 2 into 0 plus 0 greater than equal to 7. So 0 greater than 7 is absolutely false. So this will be false. So this line says, since 0 is actually false, you have to go above this line. Next we have, I'll choose the second line, which is the line with 15. So this is the line which is 2x plus 3y equal to 15. Again putting 0, 0, you'll get 2 into 0 plus 3 into 0 less than equal to 15. 0 is less than 15, which is absolutely true. So in this case it is true. And I will get something because it is true. So 0 satisfies the inequality, and therefore this is the correct region for this line. Till now, I want you to adopt this habit that as and when you keep on adding the lines, you narrow down the region at that point only. Then we will talk about the third line. Okay, then we'll further narrow down the region. This will make life really easy, because at the end you have so many regions. You can see it on the graph paper. Okay, if I want to count, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7 regions exactly, which are only in the first quadrant. Forget about the remaining quadrants. There are 7 different parts that these lines created only in the first quadrant. Only one of them is the answer. It is difficult कि मैं 7 में से एक को choose करूँ when I marked for all the lines. Instead, first narrow down, eliminate करो. कैसे eliminate करेंगे? I have already talked about these two lines. So according to these two lines, the arrowheads are meeting here. So it can be either, see, this is the entire region that these lines are talking about. They are meeting here, right? Arrowheads. So imagine that this line wasn't there. So if there were only 2 lines, there are 4 regions formed, and 1 region is your answer. So out of 1, 2, 3 and 4, this region as of now has both the arrows coming inwards, and therefore this is the region. Okay, we cannot go below the axis, so we are locked in here. Now there are only 2 possibilities left, which is either this region or this region, that is above this line or below this line. And who's going to help us to find out? That is this line only. So I'm going to use this line and determine whether I have to mark the region above it or the region below it. All of the remaining already got eliminated. So now what I'm going to do is the same thing, take 0 and put it here. So 0 less than equal to 3. Yes, this is absolutely true again. So 0 is part of the region for this inequality. So it is pointing below because 0 is part. Now we decided that either it was going to be this or this. And this line now says that it is below. So this automatically now gets eliminated. You are left with only this particular region. So as discussed in one of the previous videos, that you can get any type of example. See here, it is a mix of different signs. It is a mix of 2 variable and 1 variable inequalities also. So accordingly, you can never determine that either I get this region only or that region only. It is completely based on the merit of the sum. Okay, so please take up sums according to their own merit only, not in any predetermined manner. Okay, as a conclusion, what do we know? That when we have the constraints, they give us the solution. So that was what we learned previously. And now, along with the constraints, if I add the non-negativity constraints, so I have the constraints plus the non-negativity constraints, then I will get something called as the feasible solution. That is the conclusion for this part of the chapter. With this, we have completed half the chapter, which covers talking about linear inequation, representing it on graph, graphical solution and feasible solution.